Hello and welcome back to my channel Ape Recaps. Today we are going to do a movie recap called Too Handsome to Handle. Moss Cullen is an overly handsome boy, who always avoids entering regular school and chooses to spend almost 100% of his life inside the house. One day, Cullen's handsomeness is exposed to the outside world when he agrees to attend high school. So, his daily life becomes unusual, especially when he meets a girl who is immune to his charm. What will be the effect of his charisma on the outside world? Will he be able to be with the girl who is immune? Let's find out, but before we begin, beware of spoilers. Watch out and take care. And I hope you enjoy the video. The film opens with the Moss family, who are a group of remarkably attractive individuals. Everyone had a unique charm of their own, the kind of charm that derived people crazy. Then we see Moss Okus, who was the eldest sibling in the family. He is a social media influencer due to his interest and awareness in fitness. His father, who in his adolescence was also an exceedingly striking boy who broke the hearts of more than 1,200 girls, but then he got married to their mother, who was also a gorgeous woman. She was so beautiful that her attractiveness prevented everyone from noticing the mustache that she had. Then finally, we meet the main character of the movie, who is the youngest, and his name was Moss Cullen. This attractive boy is always very cheerless and sad despite wielding such charisma. The family, overall, was very successful. The reason behind Cullen always being sad and gloomy was because he had no friends and could not have a normal life. Whenever he went outside his house, girls would start to chase him and go crazy. Sometimes literally go crazy, as they would have seizures after looking at him, meaning he was too handsome to handle. This was the reason he was homeschooled and had no social life or friends whatsoever. The only friend he had was a pet fish, and he even talked to it, which was just sad. His family noticed his reluctant behavior, which was certainly very bad for his mental health. So his family comes up with an idea to send him to any school that might help him get social. His family tells him that they are getting financially unstable as time is passing, so he should educate himself properly in order to have a bright future. Listening to this, he feels like he has no other choice, so he agrees on joining a proper school. Cullen tells them that he will only go to a boys-only school. After getting perfectly trapped in his parents' plan, he goes to the school, but he keeps wearing his bicycle helmet. The helmet kept his face hidden, but everyone kept staring at him and thought of him as a creep. Then, a bully named Seedy comes and tries to interact with Cullen, but the teacher walks in, so everyone goes back to their respective seats. Teacher looks at Cullen, she looks at the helmet and wonders why he would pull such a stunt. She tells Cullen to take off the helmet, and the rest of the class keeps staring at him, as they were also curious as to what Cullen looked like. He has no other option left, so he takes off his helmet. The scene instantly cuts to the teacher being escorted outside of the school and into a hospital as she fainted because of his appeal. Cullen instantly runs from the scene, and he again wears his helmet. Seedy and his gang approach Cullen. Seedy asks him a favor. He says that there is a girls' high school right next to them, and he wanted Cullen to go there and ask a girl named Amanda to go to prom with Seedy. According to Seedy, she was the most attractive girl in the girls' high school. He tells Cullen that a well-mannered kid named Kibo will go with him to invite Amanda. Both of them go inside Amanda's school, which was called BBM, and its full name was Brains Beauty Manor High School for Girls. They were very elegant. They were so intellectual that they smelled the scent of boys as they entered their school. Oh, the girls approach them and ask them to justify their presence in their school. They get heated and they yell at Cullen and Kibo and tell them to leave their school immediately. They get very curious after looking at Cullen's helmet. To kill their curiosity, they ask him to take the helmet off. He refuses at first, but has no other choice when the girls insist. He takes off his helmet as bright light discharges out of his face and shines. Then, the scene is cut to the news, where the headline states that several girls in high school went crazy over a boy's allure. Some of the girls start to have nosebleeds, some of them are fainting, and some of them are having seizures and strokes, while some of them are even getting possessed. The entire city, including Amanda, finds out the beauty that was hidden behind the helmet. Amanda sees the news and she feels like she has finally found a commendable challenger who is as equally attractive as she is. Many girls start to gather around his house and try to get inside and somehow meet Cullen. His family starts to charge those girls. He starts to feel very betrayed when he realizes that his family did this to him and that they were not getting financially unstable. He calls his family and lays emphasis on the fact that he feels betrayed by them and that he wants to leave them forever. He informs them that he is leaving them and that he will never set a foot back home. Kyulin gets very distressed and he starts to wander on the streets. He sees a girl who sits right in front of him and shows no reaction after looking at him while he is not wearing the helmet. She silently gets up and leaves without going crazy. He feels something he has never felt before. His heart starts to pump faster. He feels something normal. For the first time he feels normal when a girl ignores him and does not go crazy. After some time he meets Kibo and both decide that Kyulin moves in with Kibo. When Kyulin moves in, he finds everything in Kibo's room very interesting. After moving in with Kibo he finds that he has a lot in common with him and both of them develop a good friendship. The next day, both Kibo and Kyulin go to Amanda's school and give her the invitation from Sidi. Amanda pretends that she doesn't care about how handsome Kyulin is, but when they leave, her nose starts to bleed. This means that she also found him handsome, but she did not want to act like all the other girls who go crazy over him. After some days, Kyulin and Kibo go to a small shop. Kyulin sees that same girl who was not affected by his beauty. The girl that went away and left his heart beating faster than ever. Kibo then introduces Kyulin to that girl and he tells her that she works in this shop. Things take a turn when Kibo tells him that he likes this girl. He says that her name is Riri and that they know each other. Later on, Kyulin gets very perplexed as to what he should do now. He is clueless as to how he should impress Riri now that he knows that his close friend likes her. He is left with no choice but to call his brother and ask for advice as to what he should do in this situation. They plan on meeting somewhere. Then, he meets his brother and enlightens him about this situation and asks him what he should do. Okus gets very happy that his little brother is finally taking interest in girls and that he is asking him for help. While both of them converse, their parents hide and listen to them as they have not seen Kyulin in a very long time. Okus gives him a few ideas on what he should do. He meets with Riri and does all the things that his brother told him to do. He had high hopes but none of the work on her. After some time, Amanda approaches Kyulin in his school and invites him to her birthday party. She also gives him an expensive phone as a gift. Later that night, Kibo, Riri and Kyulin go out for karaoke. Kyulin notices that Riri just keeps looking at Kibo. He figures out that Riri also likes Kibo, which breaks his heart because that was the only thing that felt normal to him in his entire life. But he calls Amanda and asks for a favor. He asks her to kiss Kibo and she agrees to do it without asking any sort of questions. When they go to the party, Amanda kisses Kibo. Riri witnesses this and she runs away. Kyulin sees this as a perfect opportunity and goes to Riri in order to comfort her. While talking to her, he confesses his love for her, but she instantly rejects him by saying that she does not like him. She says this because she likes Kibo and looking at him kissing another girl broke her heart. Kyulin gets rejected and ruins a perfect friendship with Kibo over a girl. Sidi also sees Kibo kissing Amanda and he gets very jealous. He is consumed with rage as he starts to beat Kibo in the parking lot. He is filled with rage because he says that he sent him and Kyulin to give Amanda an invitation to go to prom with Sidi, and not do the opposite by kissing her. Kibo tries to explain that this is all a big misunderstanding and that he does not even like Amanda, but he keeps hitting him. But Kyulin comes to the rescue and somehow manages to save Kibo from Sidi. Then he takes Kibo to his home where his mother treats his injuries as Kibo is badly injured due to the beating he took in the parking lot by Sidi for kissing Amanda. Kyulin confesses and says that he told Amanda to kiss him so that Riri would think that Kibo is with Amanda. He tells Kibo that he always likes Riri and he just wanted to confess his true love for her. Kibo's disappointment is immeasurable and his day is ruined after listening to this. He asks Kyulin about how he can do this kind of thing to a friend that has been so good to him and even gave him a place to stay. He gets very angry and tells Kyulin to get out of his home because of all the miseries he made Kibo go through. Kyulin goes back to his house and his family happily accepts him back even though he said that he is leaving and will never come back. Things go back to normal for Kulin as his family starts to treat him like they did before. In school, he feels very bad for what he did to his only friend. He feels guilty as it is his fault that Kibo got angry and ended thing. Kulin decides to make things right with Kibo, so he goes back to his home in order to apologize and get his only friend back. He goes to Kibo's house, who is infuriated when he sees Kulin. He starts to talk about how he actually loved Riri and wanted to be with her, but he ruined it for him. Kibo says that Kulin was his friend, but he ruined everything for him. It is dramatically revealed that Kulin had called Riri all along. Riri hears everything Kulin had to say about her. Riri also tells them that she also likes Kibo very much. Kulin gets the two of them back together and makes things right with everyone. Then at prom night, Kibo is with Riri because Kulin made the two of them get together because they like each other. Meanwhile, Kulin is with Amanda because he had no one else to dance with at the prom. CD gets very angry because Kulin is with Amanda. He once again tries to attack Kulin for being with Amanda, but he is dragged away by all the other students that are there. Kulin and Amanda get sashes for being the best couple there. A girl in the crowd says that she does not find Kulin that attractive, and it gives him the same feelings that he had when he first met Riri. Here the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and turn on notifications for our next video. Take care and see you next time.